Hello everyone, welcome back to Changfied YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest updates across South Sudan and beyond. Thank you so much for joining me today. Before we start, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our daily update. And also share this video with your friend and family because the news we are sharing today is very important for everyone who care about South Sudan. Today we have serious update coming from South Sudan, Kenya and Humanitarian organization. We'll talk about new update talk that are planned to begin on February 9, 2026. We will talk about Kenyan mediator giving a new framework for dialogue. And third, we'll talk about opposition group raising strong condition, including the release of first by President Dr. Machar. And finally, we'll talk about a major warning from the World Food Program saying that 2 million lives are at risk because of violence and hunger in Jonglei State. Let's begin our report with what is happening in South Sudan right now. Right now, South Sudan is in a very difficult situation. The country has a peace agreement called the 2018 Revitalized Peace Agreement. This agreement was meant to end the civil war and help the country move forward peacefully. But the truth is that many parts of this agreement have not been fully implemented. There are still many problems. There are still disagreements between political leaders. And now, there's also increasing fighting in different parts of the country, in different areas, especially in Jonglei State. And because of this problem, many people are worried that the country could return to a bigger war if the leaders do not act quickly. That is why many people are now watching the new peace talk that Kenya is trying to lead. According to information coming from reliable source, a new round of peace talk is expected to start on February 9, 2026. These talks are being organized under a Kenyan-led effort called the Tmani initiative. The word Tmani means hope, and the goal of this initiative is to bring hope to South Sudan again by starting dialogue between political groups and leaders. This new round of talk is expected to take place under a framework document that has already been prepared. The peace talk should focus on how the process should be done. The plan is that within 4 weeks, the talk should produce a document called National Consensus Charter for Peace and Democracy. This charter is expected to help South Sudan deal with the current political deadlock and prepare the country for elections. Now, many people are asking, why do we need another peace talk again? The answer is very simple. Even though South Sudan has a peace agreement from 2018, there are still big challenges. The new initiative itself admits that there are persistent challenges and many implementation gaps, meaning some important things in the peace agreement are still not completed and the country is stuck. So this new process wants to find solutions. The Tmani initiative said it wants to change the style of negotiation. Instead of leaders coming to the table with fixed position, fighting with word, and refusing compromise, this time the talk wants to focus on meaning or problem solving. Let people talk honestly about what is wrong and what can be done to fix it. According to them, the talk will be guided by a draft charter, and the draft charter will be based on previous peace agreement and the constitution of South Sudan. That means they are not trying to throw away the whole peace agreement, but they want to fix the problem that have blocked progress. Let's talk about who will lead this initiative in Kenya. According to the report, Kenyan President William Ruto will play a key role. He is expected to act as the principal facilitator. That means he will guide the process at a high level and ensure that the talks are supported politically. President Ruto is expected to work closely with South Sudan President Salva Kiir Mayardit. The framework says the talk must have sovereign ownership, national legitimacy, and political anchoring. This means Kenya wants South Sudanese people and leaders to feel that this process is not forced by outsider. Instead, it should be seen as a South Sudanese owned process. The initiative is based on the belief that South Sudanese leaders already know the problem and they already know the solution. They only need to sit together and agree. So who will participate in this Tmani Peace Initiative talk? This is another big point. The Tmani Initiative want the talk to include more groups, not only the big political parties. Participants will include political leader, women leaders, faith leader or church leader, traditional leader, and civil society group. So this process is being described as inclusive. Many people in South Sudan have been complaining for years that peace talks are always made by a few leaders while ordinary citizens suffer. So this initiative said, let everyone participate because peace belongs to all people. According to the report, the charter will focus on many issues, especially things that must happen before election. Some of the main priorities include immediate ceasefire and stopping hostilities, protecting civilians, allowing humanitarian assistance, building trust between groups, aligning decision with the transitional constitution, and deciding on power sharing before election. Then the charter will also cover election issues like how to conduct credible election and how to ensure the elections are free and fair. And after the election, it will focus on longer-term issues such as making a permanent constitution, transitional justice or accountability and healing, solution for displaced people, security sector reform, unification of forces, and disarmament, and DDR program. These are big topics. The regional body, IGAD, will also play an important role. The Intergovernmental Authority in Development is the organization that has overseen many peace efforts in South Sudan before. This Kenyan-led process said IGAD will be an integral part of the initiative. This is important because it shows the talks are not just Kenya alone, it is part of a regional framework. But is the start date confirmed? Even though the talks are planning for February 9, government sources say consultations are still ongoing. That means the government is still discussing internally with the president's office before final confirmation. So people are waiting to see if February 9 will truly happen as planned. Now let us go deeper into the second story. The Tmani mediator report handed over a framework document. This document was presented on January 29 in Nairobi. It was given to a special envoy of the President Salva Kiir Mayardit. And it was also shared with key opposition groups like SPLM-IO, United People Alliance, which is UPA, South Sudan Opposition Movement Alliance, or SOMA. It was also shared with South Sudan Council of Churches and civil society leaders. This shows again that the initiative won't involve many actors. The mediation team say the framework will guide discussion on the draft charter, and the purpose of the charter is to create a clear pathway to timely election, credible election, and free and fair election. The mediator described the dialogue as a paradigm shift, meaning a new way of doing things. They say everyone should come as equal stakeholders. No group should be treated as less important, and they want participants not to push ethnic or sectarian agendas. This is very important because South Sudan has suffered for many years due to tribal politics and ethnic division. The mediator wants people to focus on peace, security, and accountability or accountable governance. According to the mediator, they say the first urgent issues to discuss include stopping fighting, stabilizing the country, protecting civilians, and allowing humanitarian access. Then the long-term issues like permanent constitution, transitional justice, and security reform can be discussed as priorities for the future elected government. SPLM-IO respond, no dialogue without Dr. Riek Machar, the first vice president. Now this is where things become complicated. A senior SPLM-IO member say the group has not yet responded to the invitation. They say they need consultation first, but the biggest point is this. SPLM-IO say they will not participate unless the first vice president, Dr. Riek Machar, is released unconditionally by Salva Kiir Mayardit. They clearly stated that there's no dialogue without the release of first vice president. This is a strong political condition. They want first vice president Dr. Riek Machar to be released so that he can speak directly with President Salva Kiir Mayardit and resolve the crisis. They also criticized the government dialogue committee formed recently, saying it is not inclusive and cannot bring result if SPLM-IO is excluded. This means if the main opposition group does not join, the talk may face serious challenges. Why Tmani talk faced problem before? Let us also remember something important. The Tmani initiative is not new. It started in Nairobi in December 2023 at the request of President Salva Kiir Mayardit with Kenya support. The goal was to revive a stalled peace effort and include a new opposition group. But later in July last year, Juba claimed that the initiative was legitimizing rebellion and undermining the existing peace agreement. And the government termed it as Tmani Peace Initiative was dead. Then the talk were postponed many times. They were adjourned for the third time on February 7, 2025 without any concrete resolution. So people are now asking, will this new February 9, 2026 attempt succeed or will it fail again? Now let us move to another major issue. A call for removal of Foreign Minister Monday Semaya. there is an option, or there is an opinion piece that is causing serious debate. The opinion said South Sudan Minister of Foreign Affairs Honorable Monday Semaya Kumba should be removed from office. This is a strong political opinion. The writer argued that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs must protect the sovereignty of South Sudan, the dignity of the country, and the legal international standing of the state. The opinion said the ministry should not become a place where a minister make private negotiation for personal survival or personal interest. The writer claimed that the action of the minister have crossed a constitutional line. They say this is not only politics, it is a constitutional issue. The opinion mentioned that the Constitution is the supreme law. Sovereignty belongs to the people, and no minister can negotiate national sovereignty privately. It argued that foreign policy authority belongs mainly to the president. So, according to the opinion, if a minister does independent negotiation without the president direction, it is unconstitutional. The opinion claimed there was a document sent to the U.S. Embassy showing questionable engagement, seeking sanction relief for certain individual. One name mentioned is Dr. Benjamin Bullmill. The opinion described him as a person accused in corruption cases and public money laws. It also mentioned that the United Nations sanctioned him in 2021. So the writer said, if the foreign minister use official diplomatic channel to protect such individual, then it is abuse of office. The opinion also claimed that the minister has been involved in discussion about accepting criminal deportees from the United States and discussion related to relocating Palestinians who may be displaced. These claims are sensitive and serious. The writer says such action could affect national security, territorial integrity, and population stability. The opinion indicates that international agreement must be ratified by the national legislative or legislature to have legal force. So if this discussion happen without legal approval, the writer argued that they could be unconstitutional. The opinion also say the minister invited the United States to intervene in the trial of first by President Dr. Machar. According to the writer, he argued that this is dangerous because South Sudan is sovereign and should not invite foreign interference in internal matter. In conclusion, the opinion concludes that there was abuse of office, there was constitutional violation, the minister continue stay undermine the government credibility and could expose the country to diplomatic and security risk. So the writer demand that Honorable Monday Semaya Kumba should be removed without delay. Now it is important to note this is an opinion piece, not a court ruling, but it reflects a strong political tension and debate in South Sudan political space. World Food Program say that almost 60% of Jonglei population may face crisis hunger level during the lean season. The lean season is between April and July. This is the time when food becomes scarce, prices rise, and people suffer more. The agency say the fighting has come at the worst possible time. Why? Because World Food Program need time to bring food supply to remote communities before heavy rain come. When the rain starts, many roads become impossible to pass. So World Food Program want to pre-position food now? Well, World Food Program say there is a major problem. The logistic cluster and the UN and United Nations Humanitarian Air Service have not yet received clearance to move convoy or flight. This means truck carrying food cannot move freely, plane delivering supply may not fly, and communities may be cut off. World Food Program warned that without urgent action, entire communities could be cut off from life-saving aid. They call for immediate lifting of restriction from President Salva Kiir Mayardit. They urged all parties to protect civilians, protect aid workers, and allow safe delivery of assistance. World Food Program said clearly the time to act is now. It also said it plans to support 3.3 million vulnerable people across South Sudan this year. They want to provide emergency food assistance, nutrition support, a school meal, resilient program, cash-based support, but they want it. If the fighting continues, the humanitarian situation will become worse. Jan gwas dan ban chung tinene me kari po dan ban lat kimelin kone. Tin ban lat gwas me buka ti chek tin kon bukwin ya ka tung nas. Ka ti dong channeling gwan tung wan. Man yam ban kwen gwas me amal dana cha tokre which ka Kenya alam Tmani Peace Initiative. Chala do malamo ba je to ka chang bangwan ka pairo ronkin dangro ngri jandang ro bakel. Cha jomo cha jo kwen. Tmani Peace Initiative ko kor gwade dan cha je gag duno teme ci President Salva Kiir Mayardit chana cha ga jak rai which ka Kenya ko ba malamo ba yo nyok kamlat ka je. Ramadan cha kwan ala kwer teme men bu malamo bi la let William Ruto ala President dun Kenya ajaram danen bu malamo bi balat ka tede. Na me kan kuma SPLIO kana janok kuma SPLIO chikala do chicken britain bigritin enemy cha dakar Machar cha de kolon muka dakar Machar muka na kolon Kiir Mayardit tele peace tok mu bala rewi ka Kenya kan chicken be participating kama cha kuma SPLIO cha de dongjor lo che be participate do je no tele mal mu bo wonyam ko kur to kan tama to ka kam kuma SPLIO kana kuma SPDF a chang bit Salva Kiir Mayardit be ignored ano che SPLIO che de include ngode be mal mo bala zero ka joran chalat gwasme so ka kuje mon report cha non gwasme chalat no mal mo wa baje to ka changa bangwan but kuma SPLIO che je reject ngode kan na approved no mekanate mo be participating ke can be participate so jen dan le roda na mo lardian gwasme men ban nyoko mo kwen kone no bala ta dan en wongwane ke je rewi ka South Sudan bane mede ko dan ngaju ko ngulat ko rodianan ngai kon diala no ko inquiry bajelat ka jen rona me dino telambul rod lat ko di en kume South Sudan ramdana de kule participate ka jen ko inquiry mo Dakar Machar ta yen so bana woni amde jen kule te kan committee diala te cha kwanti ano biken mal biken lat ke biken ko inquiry biken jagalat ke je ka te ngwan cha yar ko mi Kiir Mayardit te chala jen go ci mal je bo woni am man jog gwasmen gorde nyaa yekel ala foreign minister Monday man chala Monday si maya chala do jende je wo kwara ene ri ci charmo yikene to lat ken wona ne jen chelwangde ki man cha kame ala South Sudan minister for affair wa che power che ja abuse ke che yar power wa mutemle de baje kon ngaje ne dial badjena wa che Urishal ke me Benjamin Bol me che favor ka warga mi cha gorgor je kum United Nation ke United States no de sanction de je lift ka tay dana cha Urishal ga Dr. Benjamin Bol mel cha je sanction ga je kum America ke kuiko jente ga yude cham tila yugut wa che warga mo che je gor anyok che dorren che nyom le de je la de je no ne de kum United Nation de ka lok ka yen Dr. Machar ka tare te jen ka kuiko de kan criminal diale ko de cha jaga kuma America ando de jagre wika South Sudan de kan kula accept to token yala wo chala do ke illegal ka kan constitutional ko cha power man cha kam gudu me mishal ke Sunday ke wudu me mala foreign minister wa cha power cha abuse ko joran chala gwasme ne me dala je report an go rede nyaa yekel finally she World Food Program ci gala do ne akane akande kane tungwande kan logre wi ka jongle duno penga ka jal ren nyal cha pen jal president self kim yadit char strict in charge lat ko wat ko teten kam de ni SPLA yo kane de ni SSPD pa wajen do badana chiji humanitarian chikan jal gaje bana chongwasama mi jiram jidit gorojin bi Changfied YouTube channel bi support and ban jigale rodian bi atamal bye bye.